Hey guys, welcome to Wave. We talk about a lot of things crypto. If that interests you, then do subscribe to the channel. In the last few episodes, we spoke about NFTs and the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Yeah, right. If that interests you, the link is probably flashing on your screen. You can watch both those videos. We are continuing the series on the NFTs and Bored Ape, and in this episode, we look at what went on from Bored Ape Yacht Club. What has come out of it. We explained to you in the last video why this picture of a monkey here or an ape here is worth about $3.5 million. We looked at how celebrities like Neymar, Madonna, Mark Cuban, Jimmy Fallon, etc., Justin Bieber also, who own these ape clubs, own these Bored Ape NFTs and are part of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. In addition to these celebrities being there, the Bored Ape Yacht Club has thrown open an Ape Fest this month, which is happening in New York City. It is limited to only the people who own either one of the Bored Ape or Mutant Ape Yacht Club NFTs and their guests. So it's free for them. There are probably a lot of celebrities coming there, a lot of performances happening. It's a 4-day event, I guess. And it is completely free for them. This is one of the benefits that they're getting by just holding on to an NFT. Right? And this NFT project is barely a year and 2 months old. And one interesting thing that came out very recently, which we want to discuss in detail in this particular video, is the Apecoin. Right? As part of the Bored Ape Yacht Club's roadmap, they have introduced a currency called Apecoin, which is going to be used in the entire Bored Ape Yacht Club ecosystem that they want to try and develop. So have we seen this before? Have we seen such a concept before? Yes, we have. If you have ever noticed, there are many Hollywood celebrities or reality TV shows or maybe even sports stars who have built a brand for themselves, and after they have built a brand for themselves from their professions, they go on to create, let's say, clothing lines, footwear lines, cosmetics, all kinds of things. They can literally sell anything because they already have a captive base of fans who are willing to buy from them, right? And this one classic example of this is probably the Air Jordans, which Nike has released. So this is a similar concept with an experiment of that sort, which is taking place in the blockchain world, right? And the Bored Ape Yacht Club started off as just a bunch of NFTs that got released and a lot of celebrities and fan following happened. Now they have a brand. It's little over a year old. Now they have such a strong brand that they're able to create a coin that can be used in all parts of their ecosystem, and their ecosystem will include games, metaverses, events like the Ape Fest that just happened, merchandise, and a lot of other things which can come out of this. And this Apecoin will be central to all this because this will be the currency, for transacting within the games, within the metaverse, and so on. So, what exactly is this Apecoin? Who's going to control it? There is an Ape Foundation. There is a DAO which will oversee the governance process. In addition to all that, there is a board. Right? This board constitutes of some very interesting people. There are 5 members. If you just look at the members and their credentials, Alexis is a co-founder of Reddit. And he also owns one of the Bored Apes NFTs. He's one of the main members of this 5-member board. Then there is another person who is the head of gaming at FTX. FTX is a very large crypto trading firm. Then there is another person who is a principal at Sound Ventures. Sound Ventures was founded by Ashton Kutcher, the famous Hollywood celebrity. Another member is from Animoca Brands, which is a Web3 and non-blockchain gaming company based out of Hong Kong, which has tied up with the Bored Ape Yacht Club. They're going to release several games related or with using the Apecoin as a form of currency and so on. Then there is somebody who's from Horizon Labs. Horizon Labs is a Web3 company. So if you just look at the kind of people who are involved here, it shows very clearly that the founders or the Yuga Labs founders have well thought through who is required to make this ecosystem a success, to make this coin a success in the ecosystem, because each one of these guys bring in a certain skill set, bring in a certain network to bring in those initial set of apps and users to ensure that the coin reaches a critical mass, after which it can sustain on its own. Right? So I found that very interesting and very well thought through. If you look at who can claim this, or what was the benefit for somebody who essentially was a Bored Ape Yacht Club member. If you held a Bored Ape NFT, then you would get about 10,094 tokens for free. Right? Even at today's price of $6, $6.3, that's about $60,000. Last year, if you had minted this Bored Ape, you would have got it for free in the initial days. And a year later, you're getting $60,000 worth of tokens for free. So that's a huge benefit for somebody who probably spent like a few dollars on just gas price. And even if you bought it at an enormous price, right? There are Bored Apes being sold even today for maybe about $200,000-$300,000. Even if you buy it for that, you got a few months back. I mean, you still got $60,000 worth of tokens. The Apecoin actually had reached close to $40, so it's much more than $60,000. That is the kind of rewards that the members of this of the 10,000 people who own the Bored Ape got just by holding onto this NFT. If you were a Mutant Ape NFT holder, you still got $2,000. And if you owned a Bored Ape and a Kennel Club NFT, then you get another 900 odd tokens for free. And if you owned a Mutant Ape and Kennel Club, then you got another 800 tokens for free. So as a holder of an NFT, you are rewarded for holding onto it, for promoting the brand, for building this whole culture, for trusting in it. And that is, this is one way where NFTs are actually helping the holders make money. Unless an NFT project is this good, there is no point in buying a picture, a JPEG that you can probably download. This is the intrinsic value that the NFT holds, because of which it is worth so much, right? Because of which people are paying about $3.5 million, $200,000, $500,000, $1 million, whatever. So such high prices for these pictures. Recently, a gaming company called NBA Play announced that they're going to be using the Apecoin as an in-game currency in their new Play to Earn game. So already the collaborations have begun. This is a big player in the gaming space. In addition to this, there was a leaked pitch deck by somebody called Leonidas. This pitch deck was was claimed to be of Yuga Labs. Yuga Labs is the founder or the main driving force behind the Bored Ape Yacht Club as well as the Apecoin. And if you go through this pitch deck, it talks a lot about the financials of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. What are they trying to achieve? What did they do? What is the Twitter following, Instagram following, etc., etc. But one interesting thing that they speak about is an NFT, is an metaverse project that they want to bring out. They spoke about the metaverse project, the storyline, what's in it for members, when are they going to bring it out, and so on. But one of the members of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, he came out and denied, saying that this is a very old and outdated pitch deck. There is nothing, this is very different from what they are actually doing, and so on and so forth. But very soon after that, Yuga Labs did announce the other side Meta, which is the metaverse project that they were talking about in the pitch deck. So this is the big play that Yuga Labs is getting into next. They started with the NFT project. They got several celebrities on board. They created a brand. Then they released merchandise. Then they released things like the Ape Fest. Then they released the Apecoin, which will be used in many games. So they tied up with a lot of gaming partners and so on. And finally, the very big play, which is the metaverse play. The other side is the metaverse that Yuga Labs is creating, or probably is collaborating, or the driving force behind. And the Apecoin will be a big part of this other side metaverse. This has just come out very recently. There is a big storyline where there are these characters called Kodas who are part of the other side. We'll talk about that in detail in the next video, where we'll explore what this other side means. It's a very interesting play. It's a very interesting way they're approaching metaverse, and I think given their success in the last 1 year, this might be the biggest move yet. So how will you benefit as an investor? I'm sure the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT is way too expensive. So if you can't afford that, then at least the Apecoin, which is $6 today, is a great investment proposal, because if the Apecoin starts getting used in all this, then I see a great future for it. I typically evaluate tokens based on 6 parameters, right? The team, which they're pseudonymous, but I'm okay with that. It's not a deal breaker. Then there's tokenomics, which is great for the Apecoin. There is activity, utility, all that we're seeing is being done really well. Roadmap, we have seen them plan and execute their roadmap really well in the last 1 year or a little more than 1 year. And finally, stakeholders. We saw the 5 people involved who are from very interesting places, which could help in creating this whole ecosystem. The fund that is backing them is Andreessen Horowitz, a very respected Silicon Valley venture capital fund. Even in terms of stakeholders, they have an amazing lineup. On all 6 aspects, I think this project is doing really well. And Apecoin, as a token, I think I would evaluate it to be good. How good, I'm not really sure, but at least it's not a scam, and I think it's worth considering to be an investment. Let me show you another statistic. I'll leave you with this. At current market prices, 93% of people who are holding the Apecoin are in loss, right? Because it was released very recently, and it's very new. So most of the holders are like between 1 to I think everybody's been owning it for less than 2 or 3 months right now. But this is very interesting that it is in such a loss and it's in a bearish condition, and this makes it a great time to try and enter into the Apecoin. If you are looking at it as an investment proposal, this was a video to help and educate you on what is happening. I suggest you do your own research before making that investment, but I hope this helped in trying to dissect and understand why NFTs are worth so much and how an NFT project can create a brand and successfully create a downstream set of tokens and services and apps and ecosystem. This, I think, is a prime example of something like that. In the next episode, we'll talk about the other side, metaverse. What is this? Do we know any information about it? What can we expect? There's a token associated with this as well. We'll see if that is worth buying. Stay tuned for that.